Well, welcome everybody to the Peter Doherty Institute 5th anniversary dinner. In particular, I want to start by acknowledging Peter, for you and your work, a Nobel Prize obviously, and I believe still the only person with a veterinary degree to have been awarded the Nobel Prize, and your work inspired the Institute to be created and has allowed, with its credibility and the reputation, a body of work to be established and created with support from others. I particularly want to acknowledge the Executive Director, Sharon Lewin, an Australian who's now been acknowledged and awarded in her own right on so many different fronts, but has led the work of the Institute. And then the more than 700 staff and students who are associated with the work of the Institute in some way, shape or form. In particular, you are part of the great Australian tradition of applied medical research, whether it's from Florey to Macfarlane Burnett to Ian Fraser to Elizabeth Blackburn, Fiona Wood, Fiona Stanley, and then Peter and the members of the Institute fit so well within that environment. Right now, we're supporting with the work of the National Health and Medical Research Council over $440 million of grants announced only in the last 2 weeks, and the University of Melbourne was one of the largest recipients, and in particular, of course, many of you will have been involved in grants as a result of that work. In addition, of course, right now is the moment where we are seeking to make breakthroughs with regards to the Medical Research Future Fund. And the fund is working on rare cancers and rare diseases. It's working on clinician-led programs, and indeed the University of Melbourne is part of the Frontier Science program. And then work in relation to translation and perhaps above all else, the great missions. And what we're seeing is that antimicrobial resistance is one of our national tasks, and the Institute is helping to lead a $21 million project on influenza. It's helping to do work on antimicrobial resistance with the support of the government, with the support of work that we're doing. And then there's the $3.7 million for the high security quarantine laboratory. So many of you are involved in these projects. They're all important, as well as the other ones you're doing. At the end of the day, whether it's influenza, whether it's antimicrobial resistance, or whether it's high security quarantine, each of these areas is about saving lives and protecting lives. You fit, most importantly, into a grand national tradition of participating in the great global discoveries. For that, I want to thank you, honour you, and wish you all of the best, not just for the next 5 years, but for the next 50 and beyond.
Hello, everyone. Actually, shouldn't say everyone, because I'm not sure anyone is present to hear me. But anyway, I want you to know that I'm here to say some congratulatory words very briefly. I'm Bob Gallo. I'm director of the Institute of Human Virology, part of the School of Medicine at the University of Maryland. I don't know whether to say good morning or good afternoon because I don't know what time it is in Australia, so I'll say both. And good morning and good afternoon. And I want to say I'm very pleased to be given the opportunity to extend my very warm and my heartfelt congratulations to the leadership and to all of you as members of the Peter Doherty Institute for Infection and Immunity on your 5th anniversary. Peter and Sharon Lewin, Director, you are obviously both proud of this institute and happy to have this day to recognize its accomplishments and its importance in the world of infectious disease and in immunology. I think I've known about the Institute from its very inception, but I had the good fortune to know it rather well when visiting there during the 9th International Meeting of the Global Virus Network. This was September, I believe, 2017. We are, the GVN as a whole, I said we are because I was there from the beginning, so we're very proud that the Doherty Institute became a member and a major center of excellence of the Global Virus Network. And I was delighted to participate in the meeting, the GVN meeting that you, Sharon, organized and hosted. Sharon, a couple of years ago, from the meeting, you made a very significant, serious impact on HTLV1 disease worldwide, particularly because of your focus on Australia's native population that have a particular problem with HTLV1. Your meeting provided a much-needed and positive impetus that boosted HTLV1 research in many places of the world today. This had been a much-forgotten virus, underfunded, understudied. I believe the Institute is one of the more important infectious disease institutes in the world. I think it's going to continue to grow, prosper, and stronger as the years go by. I suspect by the 10th anniversary, you'll be at the top of the list. Once again, my very strong congratulations to all of you. Peter, it must be sort of a thrill to have one more notch in your belt for your brilliant career as you go forward. And Sharon, your leadership is already well established in the field of HIV/AIDS research, and you've brought international recognition to this institute already. And I think and hope it will continue forever. Final congratulations. I know you're going to have a very productive meeting. Thank you again for having me make a few remarks for you.